So you're joining me today to see what I do to winterize my Widebeam boat. As you can see, it's now September, or coming up to the middle of September. I've got to get it ready for the winter because I don't want to be doing this sort of work when it's too cold, because it would be an absolute miserable job. I've ordered all the parts from one place. So there we go. Here's our delivery, and hopefully it's got all of the bits and bobs I need to do the service. And as you can see, on the 4th of the 9th, that's how much it was. So £265 basically. Well, definitely plenty of packaging. Wow, loads of it. Oh, we've got 2 of those. And then we've got the water separation one. I don't think that's actually necessary to do this service, but I did change this the last time, and I don't see why you wouldn't. So I'm going to change it again this time, and every time, I suppose. Apparently, you don't need to, but never mind, I'm going to do it anyway. Right, and then this is the service pack. So basically, in the service pack, you get this box and 2 oils for my engine, which is the 52. And hopefully, everything is in here that we're going to need. So we're looking for filters. So that's the air filter, oil filter, that's one belt, and hopefully we've got the right belts. And there's another belt. They're both different, so let's see. And then fuel filter. So basically we've got sort of 2 fuel filters. That one obviously you don't get in it. An oil filter and an air filter. And the rest of it is a lot of packaging. And now onto the task of sorting out my engine bay, which I'm really not looking forward to. So the problem with doing my engine bay, I've had a bit of a spill of oil in there, so I'm not really sure how bad it's going to be. So this is one of the agents that I'm going to be using, chemicals, Widebeam 2000. It's like a degreasing agent. I wouldn't recommend it for your paintwork normally, but in there it should be absolutely fine because it's an undercoat and that's all. Cuts through grime and grease, and hopefully that's going to be effective. I've got one of these spray bottles. I'm just going to spray in, and hopefully that cuts it all up. Hand brush and dustpan to get rid of most of the rubbish, and a couple of bowls to try and clear out as much as possible. Right, so there we go. It's not absolutely spotless, but It is a lot cleaner, a lot nicer for me to work in there. And now we're going to get on and do an engine service. Right, so now to start changing the filters and changing the oil and everything. So what I'm going to do first is empty the oil. Yeah, so there's a little tap there, and I'm hoping, yeah, I can't remember. There's something else that has to be opened. Remember, if there was something else. Ah, yeah. I remember doing this before and thinking, how on earth? I'm trying to pull this and do this, and it's got a cap on. And you have to take the cap off first. So that's pretty much all the oil out, I think. You can hear it now. It's pulling air through. So it must be at the bottom. There you go. That's all gone. And now I'm ready to do the oil filters and everything else. I have actually got a spare filter anyway. I'm going to fit the newest one. This is the air filter. I'm just going to compare them both actually. Ah, that's not a spare. That's the old dirty one, look. So you can see, it wasn't too bad. I don't think it even required it for the service. But there you can see a new one. So what I'm going to do, is this dead easy. Wonder how bad this is. It's not that bad. But that one's better. I always keep some of the older stuff anyway, just in case I get into a situation where I need to replace them as emergency. That is the fuel filter. So that one's going to go on there. This looks... No, it is exactly the same. That's that. And then we've got the oil filter, and I will compare these because if anything, this is what I was a bit concerned of, as if it was compatible, because yeah, it's exactly the same. So I don't know why, but we definitely seem to have had a problem in the past. So let's just go and turn off this fuel line as well. So both fuel lines are now off, and we'll get on with changing these filters over. Have a quick check at the oil level and clean this off. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is spot on. Empty. And I'm hoping it's not going to be too hard. So just putting some oil on the top there, just to make sure it can go right, really tight. Otherwise it will get to a certain point and then it won't go any further, so must lube it up first. Get close. And that's tight enough. Leave the label upright. Be nice and easy to read it if I forget which one it is. Hopefully this isn't going to be so difficult. There we go. It's gone. There we go. Come on. Right. This is where we're going to make a mess. Oh, comes with no bottom cap on. So how ridiculous is that? So that is the bit that I didn't know. I had to put it under there. Very, very frustrating. I'm hoping that's going to be alright because I didn't know that. So I've now got, you would have thought they'd put that in, wouldn't you? Let's try and do that up tight. Oh, that's made a mess. I'm going to have to clean all that up now. Very frustrating. And I haven't got, unfortunately, I haven't got the way of filling that up because my diesel's all in there. Oh, so messy. Right, I'm pretty sure that's properly tight. That's locked off. Just bleed. There we go, let some of the air out. That should fill up. So fuel is done, no leaks on there. Oil is done there. So I'm going to try and see how we can get this in. So I'm only got one and some. At least I'll one put it out. So I give that a minute. Put that on there. Give that a minute, and we'll have a look what the oil level looks like. So what we're aiming for is this middle one here, not that one, but this middle one. So all the way in. all the way out, and as you can see it's there, so I need a good bit more yet. I'll do a bit more. Right, so this is my big alternator that charges my leisure batteries. It's definitely worn a bit, lots of fluff around, which I'm going to try and get rid of a bit of that. Look at that, that's a bit gross. Crank this off. Just take notice of how flexible these are. And then, is that the right way? There you go, that's the right way. So, the big spanner here as well, I think it's just the two, and that'll loosen off this whole thing. That's spinning as well, so I'm going to need something on that side. That's that one. Have a look at that in a minute. And then we also need this one off. As you can see, it's on, and just very loose. So I'm going to have to adjust this up now, and that will pull back this section here, and then that will take up the slack. Don't want to do it too much, but it certainly needs to be tighter than it was. That's about a bit more, I think. I think it'll be important to run it a little bit, and then that's where it was, about there, and that feels fairly good all round. So let's nip that up. Right, so that's now nice and tight. Now we've got the big one to do. Hopefully this isn't so hard. Okay, so now both of those are on. I must get a blower out here and just clean this out a bit as well. But they feel, I'd imagine, fairly good. I'm going to start the engine up, run it for 5 minutes, hopefully it starts because I've changed everything now. Colour sequence. Waiting for the glow plugs. Hopefully we don't get any squealing. Oh, now that sounds good. No squealing. And one of the other things that we're looking for is that both these lights stay off. And they are staying off, which means that it's charging. And we've got 13, 14 volts, perfect. Oil pressure, perfect. As far as I know, everything is good. And there's no squealing, which is awesome. So if we give it a rev as well. So there we go, that's one service. For 500 hours on your Widebeam or your narrow boat, and hopefully you enjoyed the video, and please like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.